Okay, we're recording now. So, welcome everybody to episode or session 12 of Gray Skies and Electric Light, my MYFAROG campaign using the Coming rule set. So, in the previous session, we had the party was continuing to trek upwards up the citadel, trying to reach the very top and avoid being killed by the security guards in the process. So I believe they'd started out in like some maintenance floor. They were being pursued by some security guards, and then or am I remembering a different session? But anyways, they evaded those guards. They continued moving like ever forwards, and then they ended up in the like the Ministry of Economics, where they proceeded to kind of cripple the economic and banking system of Unity City. After accomplishing that, they were met by more guards. They had another long firefight in which, both of them were pretty heavily armored, so it was just kind of like a long stalemate. So they ended up retreating back into the fire escape and moving upwards. And they haven't, as of right now, okay. And I guess that's really pretty much where we had left off then. But if I'm remembering correctly, you're kind of in between, like, you're kind of you're somewhere between floors 375, 376 out of 500. So you have about 125 floors to go. And despite the long firefight that you'd had before, and that you're kind of infiltrating the whole citadel, it's oddly kind of calm where you are. You don't hear any footsteps. You don't hear any other footsteps going up or down like the fire escapes other than your own. You'd kind of taken some time to take a rest because you'd been doing a lot of stair climbing, and at least for Soleil and Ronald, who were police officers, they at least have some stamina, though shit. Jonathan and I've completely forgotten the name of Stacy's character.
Oh boy, wasn't it Danny?
Danny, yeah, Danny. It just completely slipped my mind. It's, I apologize. It's been like it's been like a month since our last session, so I'm starting to forget things.
Yeah.
So, my apologies to everyone. But anyway, so yeah, Danny and Jonathan have seemed to be holding their own just as fine. So that's essentially kind of the scene that the four of you, or yeah, the two of you, plus the two NPCs have. It's just kind of a very odd and kind of serene, almost kind of eerie silence. Like, as you're just kind of like camped out in this seemingly never ending spiral of stairs. So we're gonna start. I guess we're gonna start clockwise. What's going on with Soleil right now?
So we're in the eerie silence, and we are. So we're climbing the stairs currently, right? I'm sorry, you just explained it, and I was distracted.
That's okay. We're all a little bit out of it right now, but
Yeah.
anyways, right now you were taking kind of like a short rest to kind of
Oh yeah.
just taking like
I guess I'll just be like checking all the entrances to the area constantly while breathing heavily.
all right. So yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, like it's not necessarily like quiet enough that like you probably hear like a pin drop. You probably just hear like the kind of like the quiet like whir of the central air conditioning of the building, and that's pretty much all you hear moving along. How about Ronald? What's he doing?
Yeah, I think Ronald's probably just massaging his legs. They've probably cramped up a bit from all the walking, but he's starting to get his bearings and kind of stare up the stairs where we're headed to next, and just making sure nothing's coming down.
Yeah. The same thing. Like you really don't hear anything. It's just like you'd think that at this point you'd hear more people. You'd hear like the sounds of like more guards coming up or down the stairs to meet you, but you don't hear anything. And it's probably let's see, Danny and Jonathan, as like they're kind of waiting and resting, they kind of feel the same way, and Danny's just kind of thinking, it's like, I don't like the silence. It's just like it seems too quiet, especially for like the hell that we've been through already.
Yeah, I don't like it either. We should probably keep moving.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. Jonathan is he was just kind of slumped. He just kind of slumped up against like kind of one corner, and as Ronald just kind of says we should probably keep moving. He kind of gets up and checks over his weapon, and then he just says, all right, let's keep moving. So, are you talking? Am I gonna have to Hang on a second. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Did you hear anything of what I said?
I did,
Yeah.
actually.
yeah.
I think I might have just cut out for you if you didn't hear that last thing that I said. I was basically just saying that we're going to start walking and heading, which is what you were basically saying as well. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I imagine I'd probably be up front, but it's up to you.
Yeah, I think it's what is it, like pretty much out of the it's like, let's see, like probably like you and probably Soleil would probably be up front, since the two of you are probably the most well trained out of the group. I mean, sure, like Jonathan has some training, as he is a security guard, and Danny's just kind of the rebel, of course. So let's see. So you're gonna keep moving up. So let's think. So as you keep moving forward, you are going to start pass up the Ministry of the People. And then if you move a little bit further, you're going to start seeing the Ministry of Defense. And like kind of like all like the whatever kind of a ministry that those floors kind of work with, are kind of color coded.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you like maybe like the Ministry of the People would probably be like maybe like a blue color or something, and now the Ministry of Defense is kind of maybe a red color or something. So do you want to continue moving forward, or do any of those two kind of departments
There's the Ministry of the People and the Ministry of Defense.
Yeah.
Let's check out the Ministry of Defense. Maybe they have something. Maybe they have something a little heavier than these handguns.
That's a good idea, actually.
I mean, I don't know why they would, but I don't know. It seems thematically appropriate.
It's possible. So you're gonna try the door to like to one of the floors of the Ministry of Defense. It opens quite easily.
All right.
And first impressions, it just looks kind of it almost looks kind of more of the same. Just a lot of office space.
Are there any people?
As you first walk in, you don't really see anybody here so far.
You think the building's been evacuated? I'll say to Ron.
I think so. At least the couple floors that we're on, or that they expect us to be on, they probably cleared us all
Yeah.
out, but that might be for our advantage. We don't have to like worry as much about, innocent bystanders getting hurt. So
Yeah, yeah.
Let's see here. So now that you're, so do you want to continue looking looking further? I know you said that you were looking to see if you could, if there's like a chance you could maybe find some heavier weapons.
Yeah. What do you want me to roll for that, if anything?
Yeah, make like a, I'll say it's a foraging check.
All right, let's see if I have that skill. It's been so long. I've got, let's see, so it'll be -1 to this roll. That's going to be a 16 in total.
Okay, so as you kind of as you kind of you step into the you kind of step further into the step further into like the floor onto the area.
Mm-hmm.
You eventually kind of find yourself into kind of like a, it's almost like a showcase area where there's this kind of a couple of you know, a couple of guns is kind of displayed up on a wall. And it's like it can range from, you have some small arms, so you have some handguns and some rifles on display, in like a handful of heavier weaponry. So like maybe you see like maybe like the odd rocket launcher or a grenade launcher, and there's like a couple of like it appeared to be just regular like grenades, which are more than likely inert, but from what you could probably tell, the weapons that are kind of on display are, they're usable weapons, but they probably don't have any ammunition in them.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess that's too bad. I guess we keep going. What do you think, Ron?
Yeah, I guess it's probably best not to linger too long in one spot, but
Let's see.
Yep.
Okay, so as you kind of,
just a random thought. Is there any like desks and things like that, like office spaces?
yeah, there's plenty of
Like
there's
that.
plenty of desks.
Can I make a foraging check to see if I can find like a bottle of liquor that's been smuggled in? I know it's like completely contraband here, but I'm wondering if we could find one, we could make a Molotov, at least one Molotov.
Probably wouldn't be two out there. So yeah, go for it. And as
I mean,
you're making
if it's
as you're
Sorry, go
making
ahead.
your roll, Danny's gonna kind of look in a little bit further, and she does find there is actually kind of attached to like this little showcase area. It's kind of like a small shooting range. And in that shooting range, there is kind of like a small stockpile of some bullets. And some magazines as well, of course. So, but
Interesting.
so what did you roll for your foraging check?
Sorry, altogether it would be altogether it would be a 10, which I don't think would do it.
Yeah, you kind of yeah, you kind of like go through some of the desks, and you don't really see anything that what you're kind of looking for. It's kind of very sterile and professional, and you find like some odd like personal items that are not really worth mentioning or really appropriate to mention. You never know with these kinds of people. But it's definitely not necessarily like your search for like better weapons is definitely wasn't all for naught. So there's definitely something you can get from this. So
yeah, just looking through the ammo, is there anything that sticks out, like higher calibers? Like, I'm guessing to be realistic, to get through the Kevlar, we need like anything stronger really than a 357, because that's an AP of 2. So we need like a .3, like a .30.
yeah, you see some,
which would just be like a bolt action, I think.
You see
Sorry, go ahead.
you see like some like a lot of like the rifles that they have on display. They're kind of more like it seems like a 30 caliber rifle rounds are almost kind of making a weird comeback in this day and age. So you got like it would essentially be like 7.62 NATO. They probably have a different name for it now because NATO doesn't exist anymore. But what are you doing, kid? What are you doing, kiddo?
The people's, the people's,
Yep.
the people's rifle grill. Yeah, if there's like a rifle that would fit any of that, I would definitely take that.
Oh, same.
Yeah, there's probably like
Daddy's playing.
let's see.
You're alright. Where are you going?
Yeah, there's probably they have like 2 of these 30 caliber battle rifles on display. They kind of look like the like FN Scars, if you're familiar what they look like.
No, Daddy's busy.
Like,
Sorry.
it's all right.
I'm happy with those. Oh,
Oh,
I can vaguely hear kids in the background, so that's always
yeah.
a happy sound.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, my son, he kind of made his way into the office. It was nice to see him. They we just got him like some Halloween costume, so you just come in and you see like this little vampire come in.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but
I like that.
anyways, so yeah, you get these 2 battle rifles, and there's probably they're 20 round magazines, and you maybe have like there's maybe enough bullets that you can fill up like 3 magazines each between the 2 of you. And you have there's still some 5.56, so, and some 9mm, so yeah, Danny and Jonathan will definitely help themselves and replenish their ammo supplies.
Perfect.
All right. So I don't have a MYFAROG Becoming booklet. So could you just tell me? So there's 3 magazines of these each. how many or how big are these magazines?
They're 20 round magazines.
Okay. And then how many how much damage do they do per shot?
The 30 caliber does D12 damage.
Cool. Thank you.
And those should be strong enough that they'll actually hit, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you definitely have, you know, an upgrade in firepower. I mean, you still have your other rifle in case you actually, in case you need it, but you know definitely have, you know, a much needed upgrade. Let's see. So as you are, let's see. Yeah, as you are, you know, stocking up, and as you're stocking up on ammo, you do hear like the fire escape open, and if you were to kind of look in that direction, you do see about like 3 men kind of slowly make their way out of the fire escape and into like onto the floor that you're on.
I guess I would, like, if I did see them, I'm not sure who does see them first, but I would probably just shoot on sight at this point.
All right, yeah, roll. I'm gonna have you roll your attack.
Right. That's a 22 to hit.
22 to hit. Let's see. I gotta find the. You definitely get a bone. You're definitely gonna hit, of course. Let's see. What's the? Oh, here it is. Surprise target. So. Okay, so let's see, what do we got here? Rolled a 23 to hit, and alright, so yeah, that's gonna be a damage plus 10 to this guy. And do you just shoot 1 round at this guy?
Yeah, I think I'd probably just shoot the 1 round. So it's a
Okay.
D12 plus 10. Ooh, that could be brutal. That's 16.
Oh boy.
He's dead instantly. So yeah, you line one guy up, and you get like a perfect headshot on the guy, and he just drops like a sack of potatoes.
And how many of them are there?
There were 3, now there's 2. So
Well, isn't that brilliant?
now that you've kind of made your cover known, let's have everybody roll initiatives.
Got a 9.
Okay.
I also got a 9, but I will probably default to less. Like, I just shot, so it makes sense that Trenton takes his turn first.
That's fine. Okay. So, yeah. We'll essentially say that you act at the same time. Now I just got to roll for the 4 other guys. Let's see. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so the initiative is Soleil and Ronald first in the initiative. Soleil is going to go first. The first bad guy, Jonathan, Danny, and the second bad guy. So let's have Soleil kick things off.
Awesome. I'm really tempted to, for the sake of tradition, go for a medium burst to start. But I'm thinking since we don't have too much ammo and we don't know when we'll get more or how, or we don't know anything at this point. So I think I'm going to just go for a quick shot.
Okay.
Just one shot on.
It doesn't really matter.
The first guy that's still alive. That's
Yeah.
going to be a. Let's see. That's going to be 17 to hit.
All right, you hit, so that is going to be 5. Let's see. Damage plus 2.
Damage plus 2. All right. 8 damage.
8 damage. All right, so yeah, that should be good for a. Let's see. That's good for a critical. So roll me a d20, see what your result is.
14.
Okay. 14. Let's see. Oh, that's the wrong. 14. Blow to the chest. Lung crushed or punctured, light bleeding, stamina reduced by 50% permanently. So, yeah, you take, nice clean shot straight to the chest. You see just like the chest kind of just explode.
Are these guys wearing armor?
They are wearing armor, but your
Yeah.
like the
okay.
higher caliber definitely has more penetrating ability, so
Okay.
you can actually very easily do damage to these guys.
Well, that'll be, I think, the end of my turn because I.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Roll cut and shock, or at least
Oh,
shock.
God. All right. And that's 3 dice.
3d6. Yes.
All right. So cut is going to be 8. I don't imagine that's anything.
Yeah.
Shock,
no.
on the other hand, is 5.
Yeah. You stun him, which that makes sense. So he's gonna be, he's gonna lose his turn this next round. So that's definitely put you at a much greater advantage. So next up, Ron again.
I guess we should just take our shots. I guess I'll take another shot at the last person still standing.
All right, you could take another shot. Take a shot at the third guy.
Correct, and that's 17 probably hits as well.
What'd you roll again?
Sorry, 17 altogether.
Yeah, you definitely hit. You rolled the same thing as Soleil, so that's going to be damage plus 2.
That's an 8, which is the exact same, I believe, as Soleil.
Yeah, he rolled 8.
And never mind.
Okay, so he rolled 8 damage. That's again. You deal a critical injury to this guy too. So roll me a d20, see what your result is.
That is a 4.
4 strike to the. It's a strike to his right arm. He's going to be stunned for 3 rounds. So, yeah, you.
Yeah, they got lit up right as soon as they walked in.
Yeah, definitely. So. Yeah, definitely not a good start for these guys. So since he's already stunned, just roll me cut.
That's 10, but that's not including the damage, so that would be -4. So that's actually 6.
Yeah, that's 6 to cut. So that is light bleeding. All right, so it's a bit of an unfair advantage, but we're just going to continue rolling with it. So, let's see. Jonathan's going to try and finish one of these guys off. And he's going to try and finish off the one that Soleil shot. He's going to do damage halved, and he's just going to do 3-round burst. Oh well, 3-round burst. See how many of his bullets hit. Pardon me, it just keeps. It's kind of like I don't have like my physical copy of The Coming on me, so I'm furiously scrolling.
It's all right.
Alright, yeah, so it's going to be, short range, so, only one of his bullets hit, so that makes it easy. Damage halved. He's going to do 3 damage. And let's see, per my house rule for like damage halves, I'm not gonna roll cut and shock. So we move to Danny. She does not hit. And seeing as both the two guys are incapacitated. We move to the second round. Now, I guess it's a matter of, since the two of these are, they're stunned and incapacitated, you can either continue fighting or you can disengage and move forward. So, what would you guys prefer to do?
Yeah, I personally would just rather kick their guns aside and just tell them, if you follow us, we will shoot you. So consider yourselves lucky, and then just get everyone else moving, and then we'll kind of clear out of there. I think we have to go back through the fire escape, or are we still going up the stairwell?
Yeah, you can pretty much kind of, since both of them are in no condition to really continue fighting, you can probably just kind of run past them, like kick their guns away, and just kind of head back up the fire escape.
Yeah, that might be the fastest, to just try and avoid any traps that could be set up along the floor. So yeah, we can do that if there's no objection.
Okay. You got no objection from Danny and Jonathan.
Yeah.
All right. So.
All right, that sounds good.
You continue climbing the steps. It just seems like just endless stairs, and now you finally get to the floors. Just instead of saying a ministry, they just say Parliament. So you are now at the last 10 floors. You are almost at the very top.
I don't know, that sounds pretty tempting, but it's up to you.
Parliament does sound tempting, yeah. Yeah, let's see. Let's check it out. Because they might have a means for us to finish our broadcast in there. I wonder.
Alright, so there's there's 10 different floors that kind of have the marking of Parliament. Maybe the first 9, they don't look like the normal, your typical office spaces. They kind of look a bit more lavish and upscale, I suppose. So maybe some of them are kind of more just kind of the personal offices of the members of Parliament. And kind of if you get to the very top floor, you kind of look out the window, you kind of see it's kind of like polished stone, granite.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot brighter, almost like it's natural light coming in.
I think Ronald's going to be blown away by how lavish and luxurious this is compared to he's a cop. He's been in most places in the world that is Unity City. But he hasn't seen full on hardwood, chairs and desks that aren't veneer, and he's seen all faux kind of, save the environment kind of stuff. But this is actually some lavish stuff, so he's gonna be kind of shocked.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Could we look for if there's any broadcasting equipment in here? Or like a button you can press to just get everything on TV?
Okay, so I guess the first question is like where have you gotten off at? Are you like at the very top floor? Or are you at like kind of like one of the lower 9 and like kind of like
Oh, I thought we were at the Parliament one.
we are there's like
Oh, okay.
there's like 10 different levels to like what is considered Parliament. Like the lower 9 are kind of like, I guess you could say, kind of like the personal like offices of the like different like top like officials that make up the Parliament, and like the very top floor is maybe like you could maybe assume that's kind of where the house is, like the
Yeah.
So again, his question is like where, like which floor do you enter?
Is there
I mean-
any labeling of like what the floors are specifically? Like, is there like designating what they're for?
Oh, okay. So yeah, you would. Yeah, like the probably like the lower 9 are probably just like, it probably just kind of denotes, it's basically says like that, yeah, like the lower 9 are just kind of like offices for like the different members of the Parliament, and yeah, like the very top one, it just kind of says like the let's see, like the house, or like whatever you would call that. Like, let's see. Yeah, like the legislative chamber.
Okay. So I guess let's go to the legislative chamber. What do you think, Ron?
That sounds like a good idea, yeah. As much as the top floor does sound like the most, you know. I think we should go with that.
Okay,
Alright.
so you're gonna get off at the very top floor. And you get in there, and as you said, like the floor and like kind of like the wall like across from you is, it's like all kind of like polished like granite. It kind of looks like a neo kind of like Art Deco kind of motif.
Yeah.
It's like like dark, like polished stone, and like some kind of like probably like some gold like decorative motifs and whatnot. And the roof is, it's a glass ceiling, so it's, so you can see, like if you were to like look, I mean, I guess for right from where you are, you can't really look down, but you are like high above the clouds, so you just see like a clear blue sky, like above you, and kind of in this, it's kind of like a, it's I guess you would say it's kind of like a weird, not necessarily a hallway. I guess it kind of is like a hallway, and there's kind of like in the middle there's like a big kind of like circular structure, and on like the, I guess like the outer walls, because it's, yeah, and some of the outer walls, like the walls like that are like, I'm trying to think of the best words that I want to use, like the wall, like the walls that, like, not the walls like when you first walk in, like the circular part, but like the walls that are like the walls that you can't like kind of come, the door to the fire escape is on, I'm sorry, I'm kind of tripping over my words, but anyways, it's not, you know, the same necessarily, just the same like kind of polished stone. There's like a bunch of large murals on the walls.
I guess I would get closer and start examining these murals.
Okay. So if you kind of you look at like the first mural, like directly to, so if you're like come out the wall, or yeah, come out the your fire escape, and you turn to your left, you see one mural, and it is a very kind of a graphic drawing of a, to put it very plainly, it's a mural of Donald Trump getting his brains blown out by a sniper's bullet.
Oh boy.
Subtle. Wow. Ronald, I'm not sure what Ronald would think about that. He'd probably just be very confused.
You probably
Hey,
wouldn't know who
that's
this
my haircut.
you probably wouldn't know who this person is, because as far as you're aware, like, this is from the old era that nobody but the enlightened ones know about. So to you, this really doesn't mean much of anything.
It's just weird that it's like that high of a place, like prestigious place, and they have this kind of grotesque
Yeah.
almost. You know, it just seems unsettling to Ronald's, like, it's untasteful, even though he doesn't understand any of it.
Yeah. Let's see. And if you continue looking, there's a couple other murals, and they seem to be kind of telling a story of sorts. You see kind of another mural that's kind of more of like, it kind of looks like a what you would call a mostly peaceful protest that we saw in the last election cycle. And the next one is kind of a group of like a large group of these, what you would call, you know, protesters, kind of standing in front of a large podium, and there's somebody at this podium that you can't really. It's not really a. You can kind of make out the features of it. It's kind of a very like a kind of an older gentleman, and he's kind of pale looking and kind of skinny, and he just kind of has like a very kind of a stone faced look to him, and like you got all these people kind of cheering for him. And then you get to the very last one, and it's probably equally as unnerving, and I guess you could, especially for you and that is Ronald and Soleil, perhaps a bit, dare I say, triggering. It basically shows just like a firing squad, basically, like a bunch of these like peaceful protesters being lined up to be like shot at by a firing squad.
Yeah, Ronald's gonna get kind of angry about that. Just
Yeah.
he's gonna feel more set up than ever, even though he knows he was basically set up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look away from it. Try not to notice it.
Yeah. Yeah. Jonathan, he's just kind of looking at like all these murals and kind of just disbelief, and Danny is probably getting a bit emotional, considering all of her friends were basically killed in pretty much the same fashion. So yeah, it's a very difficult thing for her to see, and as you're kind of processing all of this, you kind of now notice the sound of footsteps coming to your right. And if you were to follow the footsteps, you would eventually see kind of two men. They're kind of dressed in like suits, and they have basically the same kind of rifles that you have. And as soon as like they come in, they get in. You guys get into their sight. The ones just screams out, "There they are!" And then they train their rifles in all of your direction. So you're gonna be rolling initiatives again.
Awesome. That'll be another 9.
9.
9. I actually got a 9 too. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Twice in a row, both matched.
Excellent. All right, so let's see. Soleil 9, Ronald 9. Let's see. Okay. So the initiative is the first bad guy, Soleil, Ronald, Jonathan, Danny, and the second bad guy. So the first bad guy, he's gonna take, a shot at Ronald. This just happened to be the first person who came into his sights. And he rolls a 9, so it's not gonna do
That does not
anything.
hit. Thankfully.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So that being said, it's Soleil's turn.
Awesome. I'll take a shot at that one. And let's see. So that'll be an 18 to hit.
Nice. That is going to be, I believe that should be a damage plus 2. No,
Six
it's
damage?
actually it's a damage plus 1, but
Okay, 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. Let's see. 5 damage. And that's gonna do. You're gonna critical hit. So roll another
All right,
d20 for me.
Roll that. Natural 20 on that critical hit.
Nice. So now roll me another d20 for horrible critical damage.
7.
7. Strike to the abdomen. Serious bleeding. Stunned for. Let's see, 4. It says 4d6 rounds. Well, I already had 4d6. So that's going to be 8 rounds. And let's see. Yeah. Since he has some armor on, so he's. You take a shot and you just see this guy's like stomach just explode. And there's blood and guts everywhere. He's still alive. You can tell because he like lets out like this like gurgled like scream. As he So, yeah.
All right, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right, and Ronald's turn.
All right, I will take a shot, I guess, at whoever else is standing.
Yeah, there's only one other guy, so roll your attack.
Perfect. That is a 19 to hit.
Nice. Nice. That also hits, so that's going to be. I said 19 to hit, right?
Yep, that's right.
Alright. It's damage plus 2.
Plus 2. Perfect. 4 damage.
4 damage. I believe that. Yeah, that definitely also does a critical hit. So.
Oh well. Okay, that's a d20. That is 6.
6. Oh. You got blow to the right shoulder. He's stunned for one. Yeah. He's stunned for 1 round. Let's see. Let's see. Blow to left arm. Left arm and no shield, or right arm. Oh. Yeah, so you fuck up his shoulder. And his right shoulder. So he's gonna drop his rifle and grab his shoulder. So he's stunned for 1 round. Roll me cut.
That is 5 altogether.
5. So that is... Yeah, it's a light bleeding, so...
Good.
Alright. Jonathan's just gonna try and finish off the guy that Soleil just made mincemeat of the guy's organs. So he's just gonna unload 5 round this is like a longer burst into this guy. It's like a medium burst. And completely flubs. So yeah, 6. He's completely wastes 6 rounds on a stationary target. So good look, great look. So, but now it's Danny's turn to make up for it. And yeah, she's gonna make up for it again. She's also gonna try and do like a medium burst. Let's see, say that's gonna be at all my short range, so that's gonna be D6. 3 rounds hit, and she just has a regular M16, so see. And yeah, he's dead.
Nice job, Danny.
Yeah. Alright, so second round, it's gonna be Soleil, and you have the one guy who is that Ronald shot it. You got the one guy who got shot in the shoulder. He's gonna try and reach for it like a pistol. You can kind of see that's where his where he's trying to reach for, kind of offhand, because he's right-handed. But obviously you go before him, so make your move.
You're saying I go before him or Ron does?
It's your turn.
Oh, shit. Yeah, this is the
guy who got his shoulder shot by Ronald. Well, really, your only other adversary.
Yeah, it's not complicated. I rolled a 6, then maybe it is complicated. Too complicated for me.
Yeah, that's not gonna. Yeah, that's not gonna do anything, unfortunately.
Which end does the bullet come out of again?
Which what? What's that?
I said, so which end does the bullet come out of again?
Yeah, I don't know. It's the. All right, it's Ron's turn now.
All right, hopefully I can get a good shot at this guy. That is an 11 to hit. I'm not sure if that hits.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that also doesn't hit.
Alright, no worries. I just missed his head.
All right. So yeah, Jonathan. Let's see, Jonathan. 3-round burst. He also misses. What about Danny? Okay, she hits, like, damage halved. 3-round burst. One round out of 3 hit, but that's better than nothing. And she does 1 damage. Alright. So, yeah. Yeah, the guy's stunned, but yeah, he's, like he's like reaching for his pistol. And that's gonna be, he's gonna not be stunned the next round, assuming you don't kill him first. So, round 3, Soleil.
You're cutting out a lot, but you said it's my turn?
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay. You were really getting staticky on my end.
Sorry. Basically, I said he's like.
It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, the last round, I basically said that he's reaching for his pistol, and then he'll be able to attack next round, assuming you don't kill him first.
Does a 14 hit?
It sure does. It's gonna be. It's gonna be damage as is.
Awesome. That'll be 2 damage. Coming right up.
2 damage. Not quite enough for a crit, so that's just 2 damage. Roll cut and shock for me.
All right. Cut. Gonna be 6.
6. That's a
Shock is gonna be
What do you get for shock?
8.
8. So nothing for shock, but he gets another light bleeding.
All right.
All right. Now it's Ronald's turn.
Alright. So hopefully I can get a shot at this guy. Nope. That's a 3.
Excellent. All right. Let's see, Jonathan. 3-round burst. Nothing. Danny, 3-round burst. And she fumbles. Let's see how she fumbles. She like 3, 6. For some reason, she just doesn't shoot. I don't quite. It's like, it's kind of weird how it's kind of explained. It's like, you fail to shoot this round unless you lie prone, cast 3d6 on a 1 to 2. You drop your weapon, but like what happens on the other 4 is like you just do nothing.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah, but yeah, she does nothing. But yeah, now that now your adversary, he's kind of shakily pulls his pistol, and he's going to take a shot at Soleil. And that's going to be a... Oh, that's a 17 to hit. What's your DV, and also what... You have a Kevlar vest, right?
Yeah. Let me check that it is a Kevlar vest. It's something along those lines. It's either that or a flak vest or something. Oh boy. This character sheet's getting really wrinkled. Flak jacket.
Okay,
So DV is going to be, well, that's DV missile is going to be 17.
Oh, so you have a DV of 17.
Yep.
Alright, so that's going to be
crazy.
That's going to be damage halved. So he's going to do damage halved for
All
you.
right.
So let's see, where's my D10? I just had it right here.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. He's going to roll like 19, so.
He rolled a 1.
Awesome.
So he does 1 damage to you, and as I said before, not going to roll cut and shock, my house rule. So next round, it's going to be Soleil. You probably just like a bullet just kind of like grazed your shoulder or something.
Yeah. The next shot is a 9, so don't even bother.
Yeah. All right. Ron's turn.
All right. Yeah, I guess there's nothing else to do but just shoot him, hopefully.
Yep.
There we go. 19 to hit.
19 to hit. Let's see. That's going to be, let's see, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that's going to be damage plus 2.
14 damage altogether.
He's done.
Beautiful.
All right, so yeah, you've dispatched these two smartly like sharp dressed men, and kind of maybe like 20 feet away from them on like the kind of curved like circular bit in the middle, there's like a set of wooden double doors that kind of very like kind of like solid, probably like wooden doors, and I mean they're closed.
I guess I'll go up and inspect these wooden doors.
All right, so you're gonna go up to the door, go up to the double doors. You're gonna try them. They're locked.
All right, I'm gonna go over to the guy the two we just shot, and I'm gonna see if I can pat them down for a key.
Yeah, you're gonna pat them down, see if you can find like a key.
Yeah, and as I'm doing that, I'm just gonna be like, "You dicks! You don't know how much like misery you've caused people in life." And just roughly pat them down.
search for them, you do find like a key card on their person, and yeah, there is like kind of like a little there's kind of like a little box on the side that you would assume that you would use to scan in the key card.
All right. Yeah, I'll go up and start scanning that. Just be like, get ready, guys.
You scan it, and like a little door kind of pops up, and a little kind of not like the double doors, but like just like something kind of like slides up right above where you scan it, and there's a little tiny screen, and it's prompting for like a handprint. Like it's asking for a handprint.
Oh boy, I was hoping this would happen. Ron will say sarcastically. And then he'll just say to the group, we need a hand or a fingerprint. And then, I don't know if anyone wants to help me, like, try and maneuver someone up to the door, or if I could just pull out my boot knife, or we just take it and just... That seems a little barbaric, but...
Danny's just kind of nonchalantly just gonna start dragging one of these corpses over.
Yeah.
There's this like she grabbed the one that just like got his organs atomized, so there's just like a big trail of blood.
This is beautiful. I love it.
Yeah, but yeah, she just awkwardly just like maneuvers this guy's hand onto the little screen, and you hear a little beep, and you hear a little beep, you hear a little click, and if you try the doors, they open easily.
All right.
Alright, so you go in, and it is just kind of like it's kind of like a big kind of bowl shape, and there's kind of lots of seats like around this bowl. There's various kind of levels for like all these different like where all of these kind of desks and like chairs are kind of lined up, and it goes down to like at the very kind of bottom in the center there's a podium where probably like the speaker of the parliament would like kind of would stand or sit or whatever. And yeah, if you were to, it's very well lit, consider again because it's got the glass ceiling, and you can see at the very top is like the apex point of the citadel, because it's like a big like obelisk shaped building. And if, you can see that the very, very top is like that gigantic red spotlight that looks down upon the entire of Unity City. And there are like 10 of these, like 10 like very like old, like middle-aged to elderly men in there. And four more of those guards in suits that very similar to the ones that you just dispatched, and they immediately train their rifles in your direction.
knew that was coming. It wasn't gonna be easy.
You guys want to? Guys have anything that you'd want to do before we jump back into combat?
I can't think of anything. No.
All right. Well, that being said, let's jump right back into it.
Perfect. I guess the only thing with Ronald would just be probably get out of like an "oh shit" just as probably the first couple bullets kind of ring off. So.
Okay, so everybody roll initiatives whenever you're ready.
Awesome. That'll be an 8.
Let's see. 8. And what about Ronald?
For some reason, Discord's, or rather Dice Mate's not liking my roll. Let me just use another dice here. That is 2 plus 4, so that's going to be 6 altogether.
Let's see. 6. Okay. Okay, so the initiative is as follows. Danny, the first bad guy, Jonathan, Soleil, 3 bad guys, and Ronald. So, I'm going to say, Danny's just kind of going to be, kind of, now that she kind of sees kind of like some faces behind what she assumes like some faces behind the party that, wiped out her friends. She's going to get, a bit emotional, and she's probably going to like cry out something like, "This is for all my friends you've murdered." And she's going to probably just, let's see, start, firing just wildly at one of these guys. And not hit any of them. So she probably like empties out her entire magazine. Into nothingness, so not the greatest of moves from her, but that's what she did. So now we're gonna get like the first bad guy. He's probably gonna take a shot at Danny, like right back, and he's also going to miss. Jonathan. It's say a 4-round burst from him. That's going to hit somebody. Let's see. Should be damage +1. It's probably the guy who first started firing. And damage +1. So, let's see. Add short range. Yeah, we're gonna go short burst. 4 rounds. See how many hit at short range. 2. Let's see D8s. 5, 3. So that's a 9 damage altogether. It's a pretty solid hit. It's gonna be. Let's see, 9. That's gonna do critical damage for that man. Let's see, 11, and that is. Blow to the body, ruptured spleen, permanent -1 mod to poison resistance. So it ruptured his spleen. Cut is 6, 10 minus. To cut, medium bleeding, and for shock. Ooh. That's a doozy. Let's see. 6, 7 minus 4 is. It's a 3 for shock, so he's knocked down. Nice. And let's see, knocked down for 2 rounds. Okay. Now it's Soleil's turn.
Okay. And how many of them are there?
There are four of these armed guards. One of them is knocked down. He's prone, and you got 3 of them ready to attack in the next. Basically, the next 3 turns are the bad guys.
Awesome. All right. So, first shot going into whoever's next, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be 13.
You just miss him.
Okay, we'll try again then. What's the recoil on this?
Recoil on the battle rifle. Um, missed it. Uh, 3.
Okay, so this roll will be at -0. This next shot on him. And that's a 10, so I won't bother trying again. Alright.
All right, so yeah. All right, so yeah, we got so no luck for Soleil this round. Let's see what the next. All right, first guy does nothing. Second guy does nothing, and the third guy does nothing. Excellent. These guards are really earning their keep.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Ron.
All
No,
right.
he at least. Sorry to
No worries. That's 9 altogether. I don't think that hits.
Yeah, that doesn't.
So I joined the party and completely missed.
Yeah, that doesn't do anything. So. All right, so second round, Danny, kind of you know, her pride kind of hurt a little bit, you know, reloads, and it doesn't reloads, and she's probably gonna have enough time to take one shot. So she's gonna take one shot at one of these guys, and does nothing. Okay. Skipping the one guy because that's the guy who got knocked down. So Jonathan, he's going to take another 3-round burst and miss. Now it's Soleil's turn again.
All right. Let's try that again. So that'll be a 16 for my first shot.
That's going to be, I believe that should be damage as is.
4.
Yeah, no. That's not going to do anything. Oh.
No, 4 damage.
Oh, 4 damage. Sorry. I thought you were rolling multiple shots. Sorry.
It's all right.
All right, so you do 4 damage to, let's say it's this guy. That's just enough for a critical injury. So roll a d20.
All right. Oh, that was a D12. 6.
6. Six. Blow to the shoulder. Which shoulder is it? His right shoulder. And kind of like the second guy from your last round, your last bit of combat. Yeah, his like right arm is just complete. His right shoulder is completely fucked, and like he just drops his rifle. And let's see. And he's stunned for 1 round, so roll me cut.
Okay. Cut is going to give you a 9, which is probably nothing.
Yeah. So,
All right, and I'll take another shot at another guy, and that won't be anything. So, end of my turn.
excellent. All right, so skip first guy because that's the guy you shot. Let's see, see what the other two do. This guy fumbles. And this guy is going to just not shoot. He's just going to be completely useless this round. Third guy, 9. He does nothing. It's also 9, as in he rolled a 9, but I just have to pick up my my 9 d20 that is my profile picture.
Yeah.
So he does nothing, and now it's Ronald's turn.
All right, I'm gonna take. I'll take 2 shots. Why not? So the first shot is a 17, and the second shot is a fumble. Nice.
All right. All right. So yeah, your first.
Should just went with 1 shot.
Yeah, you got 1 shot, and then we'll figure out what your fumble is. All right. So you rolled 17 to hit. That is. I want to say that's. Let's see. Yes, damage plus 1.
All right. Let's do 12. Oops, do 12 plus 1. So that's a 9. 9.
9 damage. Did you want to shoot anyone in particular, or are you just like?
Just the next person, or the most healthy, I guess. Whoever hasn't been hit.
All right. Six. All right. Roll me a d20 for critical injury.
That is a 7 altogether.
7. Blow to leg. Leg breaks. Light bleeding and -5 to all movements. And he's stunned for 3 rounds. Excellent. All right. And roll
Not
me
too bad,
roll
not
me
too bad.
cut.
Perfect. Sorry, I did the math wrong. I actually took a -3, but that was actually for the 7 that I rolled earlier, which is wrong. So let me just do some quick math here. So that's just 1 less. So that's 6 altogether.
6. So yeah, that's yeah, it's a light bleeding. Just a light bleeding.
Nice.
You know, just
Yeah, no big
not
deal.
like he didn't just break his leg.
Yeah. Everything adds up, so I'll take it. I think that's perfect.
All right. So now this is round 4, I believe. We'll roll with it.
It is, but technically I had a fumble. I don't know if.
Oh yeah,
I would
yeah,
love
yeah.
to just gloss
Roll your
over that,
fumble.
but-
Yeah, roll your fumble.
Perfect. Oops. Technicalities. That's a d20, right?
Yeah, roll a d20.
That's an 8.
He rolled an
8
8.
altogether.
Failed to shoot this round. Cast me roll a d6 for me.
That's a 5.
A 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, just for whatever reason, you just shoot the one round, but it was quite the doozy. So it
Yep.
makes you made up for that quite well. So again, round 4, it's Danny's turn. She's gonna shoot at the guy who hasn't been shot at yet. She's going to roll a 15. That's going to be damage as is. And she's going to do a 3-round burst. See how many of those rounds hit. 1 round. And 4 damage. Again, critical injury. Wow, oh, you guys are just steamrolling these guys, aren't you?
We're on a mission to do as much damage as we can, so
Yeah.
it's working.
All right. It was 17 for critical injury. Let's see, what do we got? Blow to face. Jaw breaks. Cannot eat solid food until healed. Light bleeding and stunned for... It's 2d6. Let's see what that is. 10 rounds. All right. Let's see. So, yeah, all of the bad guys are stunned to some degree. So we're gonna move to, what's it? Yeah, oh wait, Jonathan. Yeah, that's me. He's just gonna shoot at the guy with the broken leg. He's gonna do nothing. Soleil. It's your turn, Trenton.
Sorry, you cut out a lot. Did you say it was my turn?
It is your turn.
I
Yes.
don't know why I'm having these problems.
I don't know.
All right.
All right.
I thought that's what you said. I guess if they're all stunned to some degree, like you said.
Yeah, it's like they're all stunned this round. Yeah, it's like the one. Just you got one that's gonna be back in the action the next round, but yeah, they're all stunned.
I guess I'll just say you're all free to surrender, and then just keep my gun up so that they know I mean business, and that'll be my turn.
All right, so you're just gonna. Yeah, so you're just gonna do. Actually, give me it's like a social skills check.
All right.
Isn't that the one that you've been notoriously bad at?
Yeah, the one I've been notoriously bad at, but that will be a 15. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you. So yeah, it's like all but one of them probably lays down their weapons, but like the one that's probably a bit like the most able-bodied out of all of them pretty much just says, I've sworn my life to protect the party. And seeing as like all of them are he and the other three are not capable of fighting right now, we're gonna move to Ronald.
What do I do in this situation? What's everyone else feeling? They've basically sworn their lives to fight for the party, and I guess that's how they're gonna go down. That's the gist, I'm guessing.
He's like all but one. I think that was the guy that like he got shot in the shoulder, so like all he really has is like a pistol to defend himself with.
He's the one who said it, sorry?
Yeah, that guy's the guy who basically said he will fight to the death. And the other three
I'm gonna
are...
take a shot at this guy.
Yeah, take a shot at him. Alright.
And that's a 6 altogether with my mods and all that, but that doesn't hit, so...
Yeah. Alright. Alright. We're gonna move to... Alright, so... If... Let's see, we're gonna move to the is it like the 5th round, and if like Danny kills this one guy, then we could probably kind of like end combat, but we'll see. So we're gonna have Danny shoot at this guy, or really not just Danny, anybody really, but since she's first in the initiative, we'll go with her, and that's a no. So let's see what Jonathan does. It's a natural 20, so it's promising. That's should be a
nice.
That's like damage plus 2, and he's gonna say he's gonna do like a 6-round burst. And all 6 rounds hit. Let's see. What's... Let's see. Yeah, he's toast. So, seeing as everybody's out for... Everybody else is going to be out for... has basically surrendered at this point. We can end combat, and yeah, now you have these like 10 these 10 like older, like middle-aged to like elderly men just kind of standing like kind of in the middle, just kind of completely defenseless at this point. And they all kind of have like a very similar complexion, just like a darker kind of like an olive skin, and like kind of darker like blackish hair, kind of very similar to I guess very similar to Charlotte, except for one who's he's kind of a bit taller than the rest of the group. very like kind of skinny. His skin is kind of gray, and instead of like kind of like the very like dark, like kind of almost black eyes that the other ones have, he has like these kind of very piercing yellow eyes.
Identify yourselves.
We are the we are the party. We are the enlightened. We are the ones who rule this realm.
If you'd like to continue living, you'll step down now. Have all your forces stand down and call for elections.
And who gave you the power to challenge us? We have power.
Who gave you that power in the first place? This is something you take, not something you were given.
We were given these powers by demons far more powerful than we could ever dream to be.
And what did you give them in return?
Our souls. This is the very.
What will happen when you die? What will happen when you die, gentlemen?
The majority of them just kind of the majority of them just kind of like look around at each other. It's like they don't really seem to have like a solid answer.
I suggest that you take the option to keep on living. It'll save you having to confront that reality for a little while. Maybe get right with the world. Otherwise, you're all dead men right now. Please, in the name of the law, get your men to stand down, call for elections. Just do something right for once in your lives. Make the right choice. For yourselves, if not for anyone else.
You can see like this very kind of this kind of very disheveled kind of looking man just kind of obviously he's very kind of flustered, and he's like he doesn't really he knows that like the jig is up. He's basically just gonna basically say something along the lines of he basically says, I will not let Lucifer down. And he's gonna just kind of like draw like a revolver very similar to yours. And just like
I'm going to step like practically leap onto him, and just I won't actually try to kill him or anything, but I am going to give him a pretty bad punch in the face. Should I roll for that?
Yeah, roll for it.
Oh no. I've got like -1 strength, so this isn't gonna go well. Where'd my... There it is. And I can't willpower that, so that is gonna be a 7 to hit.
I'm gonna say that's definitely gonna be a no. But I'm gonna say Danny's gonna kind of jump in just because this is a bit kind of like, I guess you could say, vengeance for her. So she's gonna kind of try and take this guy down as well. And that's gonna be a 16. So I think Danny's not too much bigger, but I'm gonna say just kind of that she's able to kind of force this person down to the ground, and I'm gonna say Jonathan's probably gonna jump in to kind of keep him subdued, or either keep him subdued or kind of keep his submachine gun just kind of trained in the direction of the other 9, just in case they might pull something.
Mm-hmm.
Which neither of them are going to like budge. Now I should also mention that like by like the podium there is like a television, there is like a TV camera like kind of set up. It's not really something like they don't really broadcast their anything political to like the public. All like the public just kind of, as far as they know, they just know that laws change. So more or less this is I guess this kind of just all kind of internal, but it probably does have the capability to like be broadcast like to the masses if you were to get it set up so.
All right, so I'll just turn to the crowd and I'll just say, like, I'll point to the television camera and say, is that hooked up to anything?
One of them, one of the men just kind of very sheepishly nods yes.
All right. And I'm going to get behind the camera, point it at the legislators, the inter-party people, and try to get the shot such that the guy we're subduing is not in it.
Mm-hmm.
And all right, we're rolling. And then do I have to roll anything to start up the broadcast?
Probably not. You could probably like kind of figure out how to get these things get things up and running so that you could broadcast to the world.
All right. We're coming to you live from the Legislative Chamber at the Citadel in Unity City. I'm here with a quorum of the Legislative Chamber of Parliament, and they are here to announce their resignations from office, but more importantly, to announce the standing down of the party as a whole.
And probably just kind of off camera, you can hear this disheveled man just kind of let out this kind of inhuman kind of like hiss. To which
what?
he just kind of like lets out this very like not human sounding, like hissing sound.
Yeah.
You can continue. Probably Danny's gonna try and like keep him down. So
All right. I think I'll just turn the floor over to these members of parliament. See what they have to say.
Probably one of them will just kind of eventually kind of step up to the podium and pretty much again go into a whole probably kind of a very, you know, go into a whole, you know, like spiel that, you know, he does essentially announce sort of like a resignation, but I guess he kind of still tries to like throw in a bunch of like random jargon. So like some of like what he's kind of saying, it's not like super clear, but he essentially does announce that there's like a resignation, that they intend to resign. He's kind of like maybe tripping over his words because he's like kind of scared, I guess.
All right. And then I'm going to speak up and say, and I'd like member of parliament. The last name of one of the ruling families was Kerr, right? Like Kerr or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm calling on member of parliament Kerr to make the motion to do the honor, basically, of dissolving, moving to dissolve the party.
Okay, so as you mentioned, you know, Kerr, there's like three men step forward. Like there's like a much older man kind of steps forward.
I'll pick the older one. You can help make the motion. We can have another one of them second it.
Okay. Let me see. I gotta look through my notes to remember what the actual name of the party was.
I thought it was just the party.
I'm pretty sure it
I
was.
honestly don't recall.
I don't think I don't remember if I ever specifically named it, but I'm almost entirely certain I did give it a name, but. But yeah, it's been a minute since I've looked through. Oh, here it is. Yeah, the oldest one. He says, "My name is Simeon Kerr. I officially announce the end of the United Workers' Party, effective immediately."
Why don't we make it official? Take a vote. You guys are all on board.
there's a lot of
I'm trying to make I'm trying to make this as humiliating to these guys as possible by just kind of speaking up and throwing in non sequiturs and all that. Just it's kind of like you ever seen that photo of Douglas MacArthur standing next to Hirohito? Kind of like that. So I'll be like, hey, let's call a vote. In fact, I'll even make the motion. I'll make the motion. And can I get a second? Officer Springs, can you second the motion to dissolve the United Workers' Party? We're basically MPs here, so.
Yeah, Ron's just gonna nod and be like, I agree. This is
All right.
gone far.
All in
gone
favor,
far too
say.
long.
Aye.
yeah, Danny and Jonathan say aye, and just as you
Motion carries.
just as Jonathan finishes saying aye, you hear like a loud like kind of smash, like the doors that you just open that you went through, and they like closed shut behind you. Somebody like you hear like something very heavy just like being like beaten against that door, and eventually the door just kind of like gets kicked down, and
All right. Do any of the
and
say aye?
Hector appears, and he says aye.
Wait, who appears?
Hector, that's Lubin's character.
Oh. Yeah. I didn't hear the first part of the name, so I thought it was Victor, and I was like, who?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, Ronald's gonna be kind of blown away. He thought he was definitely dead, so yeah, it's gonna be a pretty rejoiceful moment.
Hey, can we get some more eyes on the floor here? Is there any response to that?
I'm gonna say the 9 members of the party. They're just kind of cowering. They're just still just kind of not making themselves as small as possible, because they don't necessarily want to relinquish power, but this is a coup d'état of sorts, so they're really just being forced out of power.
All right. And then I'll just say, and the guy on the floor, and I'll pan the camera to him. The guy on the floor abstains. Motion carries unanimously.
Yeah, and
The party is officially dissolved. Everyone, go home from work. You've earned it. Meeting is adjourned because we don't exist anymore. Let's see. I'm gonna try to remember the name of. I'm gonna try to remember the name of like the nearest bar. Anything?
I don't remember. I remember
I don't
like
think we ever established. I'm like in character trying to remember. So I'll just say, and this old guy, and I'll gesture to the guy who made the announcement. This old guy's buying all of us drinks at McNulty's.
No comment from the ousted government.
As very well there should not be comment. As they have been ousted. Um, all right. So what happens now? Do we ride off into the sunset? And I'll just like nudge Officer Springs.
That sure would be really nice right about now.
And Danny's just going to just for theatrics, just kind of, just kind of like cycled the bolt on her M16, just like, so what do we do with these monsters?
I think we establish a nice reservation where they can live as subsistence farmers. I think they'll enjoy the back-breaking labor of tilling the soil with hand tools.
I think she means, what are we doing with the arsenal we've acquired now? I mean, we were cops, but I don't know if we're still considered cops now. But I'm always willing to, put in the work to make sure the streets, rather, are safe.
Yeah, I think we
This
stay
might
as
go a long way with
cops.
that.
I think we stay as cops. What do you guys say? And we deputize Danny.
And we remove Lieutenant Avery as acting police sergeant or chief or whatever it was.
Yeah.
See, like Avery, I believe Avery was like they were like, I think they were a lieutenant for like the they were head of the was it like the conspirators and dissidents department, the
Yeah.
the thought
Yeah,
police.
they're definitely getting removed.
Yeah, but yeah, Danny is just maybe just a little bit disappointed that she didn't get the opportunity to just mow down the whole party. So she kind of just has like it's like a grimace, and she's and let's see. I guess Jonathan would just say, "Well, I suppose our work here is done. Let us go down and meet our newly liberated citizens."
Absolutely. We'll go meet everybody. You can join the police force if you're welcome to, and we'll get a nice meal after this. I think it's well deserved after this day. I didn't think we'd live to see it, but we sure did.
All right.
All right. So I guess you guys, take your prisoners down to the bottom floor, kind of march them out into the streets, and it's just kind of very kind of, I guess, surreal. Like, it's almost like the world just kind of not necessarily stopped, but it's just like really just any sort of like production kind of ground to a halt, and people are just kind of standing around, like they almost all just look kind of lost. It's like they don't know what to do, so they're just kind of aimlessly just kind of looking around, like what's happened. They don't understand what's.
I guess I will Is there anything I could like stand on in order to address the crowd?
You could probably. I'd say there's probably like a couple vehicles. Maybe there's like I'd say there's like a bus, like there's like a bus like for public transit.
Okay.
You could
I'm going to climb up on top of a car and I'm going to address the crowd in my best stage voice. I think you'll remember Soleil was or is an amateur actor, theater actor.
Yes.
And she is going to say, "Citizens of the world, our time is now. Though many of us still have wounds from this life to heal, a new life is beginning. The sun is rising once more on a beautiful new day. A day where we can once again determine our destinies. No longer will a system imposed upon us by foreign occupiers prevent us from living out our lives in life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Embrace your fellow citizens. Tell them it is good to be free. And know always that this was only possible. This was only possible for citizens to be free once more because we stood up for ourselves. We couldn't have done this without those of you who supported us silently, and those of you who did not truly believe in the system, who knew that there was something deeply wrong, and who, once they saw the reality in front of their eyes, that the emperor has no clothes, joined us in the chorus of denouncing the evil system. I say to you once more, embrace your fellow citizen and tell him it is good to be free. And then I'm going to raise my fist.
There's maybe just like, it doesn't quite hit them at first, but eventually, like the little hamster in the wheel kind of starts turning, and eventually, like the crowd of people kind of start cheering.
Someone has to start the slow clap. I'll join you with the fist raised.
All right, so now
and for my final words, I say, what we have now, in the words of, who was it who said this? I think it was Benjamin Franklin. In the words of, would I even know who Benjamin Franklin was? Dang it. Never mind.
You can, you could just say that you ad-libbed it. Like, you just say you just kind of made it up.
All right. And for one last thing, what we have now is a republic, if you can keep it. And again, raise the fist, step down from the car, start shaking hands, you know. Maybe I'll run for mayor someday.
Maybe. All right. So, now that you parade the former parliament, the former party through the streets, and announce to the world that they are no longer under their tyrannical rule, and you've successfully bought the entire city a drink with their money. You kind of start the very slow process of the world healing. And underneath the Citadel, there was like a vast archive of the world before the party took power. So now, going through all this, you are now able to kind of teach the world and kind of pick up the pieces where the world kind of left off. Time as we know it now probably ended about, this is like 2030. By the records, the Great Liberation started in 2024 with a hypothetical with like a hypothetical like re-election of Donald Trump, and from which he was ended up being assassinated, which really kicked off the revolution. The party had took power at like 2030, and that's when essentially time kind of reset. So I think time, like if they were to kind of restart like the Gregorian calendar, it would probably be like maybe like 20, this is like 20, I want to say it's like 20, it's like 2040 something, I think. Because I'm thinking some there's still like some people who were born before the like everybody's memories of the old world was erased. And I think some of you, I think someone like Soleil was maybe at like the very tail end of like the old world, and I think someone like Horace, the character who disappeared, would have been too young to remember the old world. He never had a family. Like so you and it's like Ronald and Soleil, I believe, would have had a family, but they never kind of knew them. So I digress. With kind of like the reopening of the archives, the world is kind of really like rediscovering rediscovering the old world and starting to kind of bring things back to the way they once were. And I think that being said, we can draw the conclusion of gray skies and electric light.
That was excellent. Thank you. That was a good campaign. We had a lot of fun with that.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, same.
All right. I'm going to stop the recording.